Ladies
Oh
and
my God.
gentlemen, as the
Hi,
world
y'all.
burns,
Welcome back
we
to the Problematic Podcast. I am your friendly and frustrated as fuck neighborhood co-host, Whitney, with my currently giggling neighborhood co-host, Rita. Hi, Rita.
Hey Whitney, how are you? You've been fighting a good fight out here in these streets.
Fighting for my life. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't even
I'm tired.
I don't even know where to begin, but I've got a couple of requests that the people wanted to hear our opinions on. Basically, we've had 7 days of foolishness. We've had a Trump assassination
That's been
attempt,
nonstop. Help me.
a global meltdown, tech meltdown, and then the leader of the Democratic Party went to Rehoboth Beach on Sunday and decided, you know what? I don't want to play with you guys anymore. I will not be seeking re-election, which led to a meltdown and probably one of the most hilarious 6 hours I've experienced on Twitter in
This
a
news cycle is obscene.
This news cycle is like something out of Scandal. Worst season of Scandal
Oh my
ever.
gosh, America! This season of America is so ghetto. It's truly ghetto.
It really is.
Uh-huh.
Before we get into or do our best to go over the last 24 hours, you want to tell us what's your soundtrack for the world on fire? What you been listening
So
to
the first thing I thought of when after the endorsement,
after the endorsement?
the first thing that came to mind was these motherfuckers ain't stopping me.
A Beyonce
Beyonce's I'm
classic.
that girl.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
Beyonce's I'm that girl. And I said, listen, if she has the opportunity to do something real funny with
she
that
does.
Beyonce lady,
She does.
she
She
has the
does.
opportunity. Taylor, bring your tail in here too. Lady Gaga, whoever. Oh, whatever popular girls. Come
Get
on
the
in
girls
here.
on the phone.
Get them on the phone right now. Let's go. Okay, ladies, let's get information. Um, which was another song that played in my head after I learned about the 44,000 Black women that just decided to hop on the phone the same damn day. And
Baby,
then,
y'all can get a
like,
conference call together. The aunties can get on a conference call. If y'all ain't got shit else to do in the evenings, you can get
listen,
your girls on the phone. Y'all
on a phone
shut
call.
Zoom
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
Teams the fuck down.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what?
Mm-hmm.
Babe, he just told us 20 minutes ago that he ain't running. And they said, somebody, I don't.
The girls all got together.
All together. It just,
All together. Mm-hmm.
I, there's so much going on. I don't even know where to begin. But I guess I should start by
Oh
saying by
yeah.
now,
What was your
unless you,
music? What was the song?
me and my wife have been listening to Tina Turner's River Deep Mountain High a
Well,
lot lately. I don't know what it is
well.
about that song, about Tina bellowing and soaring over them damn strings. But I figure
Mm-hmm.
since we relive in the 60s, I might as well take it back to a good, strong 60s soundtrack. So,
My God.
yeah, I took it way back. I've been doing some Ike and Tina and some Tina Turner River Deep Mountain High, and that's been carrying me through because in these trying and troubled times,
My
I
my. My my my.
I
My
don't
my my.
know how I would like to read a quote from
Oh my.
my brilliant co-host that
Whoa, wait.
really summed
Whoa,
up
wait.
what I've been experiencing and what I felt when I got the news that Joe Biden pretty much quit. My dear friend Whitney and Lise wrote, Lord, I'm pleading with you for some precedented times, some
Please,
boring
Jesus.
news, some normal happenings. Please, Jesus. And it just shot up in my bones because what I wouldn't give for a week of news that was about puppies being rescued from wells and
Right.
farmers markets. I
Listen, listen, the
I
local, like, I would love, like, funny takes on the local weather, what's going on with even what's going on with the sports. And you know, I don't like the
you
sports,
don't
but
like
I
the
take
sports at
this.
all.
I would learn to like the sports. I will learn to like them if I could have peace. Whew. So in the last 7 days, it has been a dramatic telenovela of ketchup assassination attempts to Robinette at the beach, who just said, fuck them kids, and decided to
All of
just
them.
drop out
We
the
the
race.
kids. We are the kids.
And so after I got that notification, and after I did my Googles, because I don't be believing y'all on the internet. See, unlike y'all, I read beyond the headlines and beyond the tweets. I needed an article. I was like, I need a verifiable source. The source was sitting right there. I said, oh no, oh no. I was like,
This is
so
not a drill.
what are we gonna do? Because we have to vote in 5 minutes. What are we gonna do?
Oh, you
So
make
there
me
was a
sick.
lot of distress. There was a lot of distress happening right all up in here.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I don't want to jump ahead because I need to hear your reaction. Not we don't want to jump ahead. I want to hear what happened when you found out that Joseph Robinette had decided he was gonna stay at the beach.
So I'd fallen asleep on the couch because I'm a woman of a certain age and it happened on a Sunday.
Amen.
And I
Amen.
woke up and the first thing we millennials do is we open our phones and
Terrible habit, but
the
yes.
first thing I see on Twitter is Joe Biden drops out of the race. And I'm like, you're fucking lying.
Hmm.
So I turned to my wife and I said, babe, Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. And she looked at me and she said, you're a fucking lie. And I said, you're probably right. And I, my favorite and trusted news sources are the BBC, C-SPAN, and CNN. I went to CNN first because it's in my bookmarks. Big
Hmm.
ass bold letter highlights. Joe Biden has dropped out of the race. And I said, babe, you're not going to believe this. It's true. He dropped out of the race. And there was probably a 7 minutes of silence as we just scrolled through our phone and tried to make sense of actually what was happening with the democracy that we live in. And over 24 hours later, I still don't think it makes any sense. But essentially, Joe Biden said he will not be seeking re-election. And he endorsed Kamala Harris. Now, I have championed Bay since 2010.
Wait,
I
because you were the first person I thought of. I said, you know what? Marita is somewhere right now doing a tempered shout because she's a married woman. But if she was a
tempered,
single woman, that
tempered.
shout would have been very much loud. So she could also be Madam First Madam First Lady.
In the Richardson Row House, we refer to Kamala Harris as Lala, Rita's ex. Um,
Yeah.
and
La,
I was,
la.
I would, her, I call her Lala because I know her personally. Um, I'm excited for her. I am also excited for just how fast and how fluently y'all got straight down to the business of giving donations and getting on phone calls,
Oh,
on y'all conference calls. The I'm with her
the
memes
black men, the black
rolling
men are on the phone right now. The black
right now.
men are on the
Tonight is
phone.
the black men's
They have
conference
been,
call. The
yes.
unks. A
So they have been on the phone because the men folks are usually a little bit late.
little bit.
It's all
Little bit.
right. We're gonna let y'all slide. We love y'all. let me tell you something. And I had an excellent phone conversation about this today. There's this thing about Black women voters that Black women voters save the democracy, but somehow Black men voters become the villain, that they
Yes, I've
are
seen that narrative.
voting across. It's not accurate, though. It's not accurate. Black people as a voting bloc have been saving the democracy. Like, yes, you'll have some strays from any and all groups, but you know who doesn't get this same vitriol? The Latinx community, or the Asian community, or any other community. And it's just like, when the lowest percentage of Black men um voting for a Democrat is like 82%, that's
Hmm.
still bigger than the
Huge.
next, by a lot, by a lot. So, and that was one of the lowest. That was one of the lowest numbers. I mean, we all can't be Black women, up in the 90s.
We can't.
It's okay.
We
It's okay. We
can't.
can't all be Black women. It's fine. But no, shout out to the brothers, because they've been on the phone for approximately 32 minutes, and they have raised $500,000 in like half an hour. So like a few episodes of Bluey.
I-
I
you
do my life
make me, I'm so tired of you. I,
by.
I was thrilled to see. I mean, I've seen some bullshit out there. We don't necessarily have to cover the
Oh,
misogyny and misogynoir
absolutely not.
that we all knew was coming from having the first viable Black woman presidential candidate
Mhm.
in US history. I am so proud of y'all. I am my good sis,
Elated.
Lala, raised $70 million in
80,
24 hours. 80.
81
The
was the
number
last time I
keeps
looked.
going up.
$81 million in the last 24 hours. And they said it set a record
It is a
for
okay.
for a Black woman, for a South Asian woman, for a woman,
For
for
a
a
woman.
candidate
For a I am so proud.
ever.
I am so, there's been a lot to be disgusted with in the US of A.
My mind,
Our
my mind,
computers
my
don't
mind, my.
work. I feel like the next big fucked up fuckery event will probably be before the next standard recording of this here podcast. How's and
Help us,
ever.
Jesus.
I I am super happy to see that people are falling in line in the Democratic Party and getting behind Kamala. It's only been what, 28 hours since it's been announced that
Eh,
Joe is out and
Yeah,
Kamala's in.
yeah.
But thus far from what I've seen, I'm inspired. I'm very hopeful. It looks very positive. It looks like people are on board. Young people are on board, which is huge. That is the demographic that they said Joe Biden was losing. People under the age of 35 were not excited about this election at all, and now they have a more moderate progressive candidate to kind of fall in line with, which is fantastic. But I gotta fuss at somebody for just a
Oh
moment.
no, just one,
Just one, just one.
just one.
So I learned about 20 minutes ago that Barbara Streisand was endorsing Kamala Harris. I'm going somewhere with this because
Oh,
I
okay.
know
I was like, what did she
you
do?
just looked at me like I'm crazy. Barbara
Not
Streisand is
Barbara.
endorsing Kamala Harris. Bill Clinton is endorsing Kamala Harris. Hillary Clinton is endorsing Kamala Harris. Joe Biden is endorsing Kamala Harris. When they got around to my dear friend Barack Obama, he's been hesitant. He has not officially endorsed Kamala Harris yet. Instead, he stated that he is looking forward to the Democratic convention process playing out. Barack, now is not the fucking time to be nonpartisan and fair and political and politically correct. I need you to throw that good net. And this is why I've said it on this podcast before. The Michelle Obama is a better campaign surrogate for Democratic candidates than Barack Obama. This motherfucker's too political sometimes. Get on this train, Barack. What are we waiting
Yeah.
on?
All right. You know what? I wonder if Shelly was on that 44,000 call because Shelly will get him right. Like, but, sir,
What are we
and his
waiting
daughters. Sir,
on?
what are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we waiting on? Like either you support her or you don't. And Barack got in trouble a few years ago when he was president for you calling her the most attractive DA, I guess, in history. And he was not wrong about that. But you
I mean,
cannot
have you looked at her?
objectify. You cannot
And I'm a
objectify.
straight.
I mean, she found that is I ain't gonna go there.
She,
Not right
she's
now.
fine.
Now is not the
I
time,
can say
Whitney.
it. She's fine.
You can. She is fine. But
Mhm,
you either support her or
mhm.
you don't. Like what's the holdup? Where's the endorsement? I I need to hear from him within the next 48 hours. Either come out
I don't
strong.
because I'm gonna vote. I
I mean,
don't. And
I
I love Barack Obama. But you know what? Of that family, Barack Obama is like, and I promise you, I really, really like him. I don't need anybody jumping down my throat. But of that entire family, he's probably the least on the list.
yeah, dead last. Dead last.
Sorry, Barry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so
Barry.
Obama
Shelly,
instead
if Shelly walked by me, I'm crying. I'm
Obama and
sorry. We
he
have to laugh.
we have to, but it's pissing me. It's actually making me mad. He's my
I see
problematic
you getting
person of the
frustrated.
fucking week because Obama chooses
Not,
to endorse the
mm-mm.
nominating
That's not
process.
fair.
Eh,
That's not fair.
why are you endorsing the nomination process? This is the process. This is our candidate. This is who we riding with. We're no longer riding with Biden. All them people who made them shirts up for the Democratic National Convention and paid their deposits down to the print press people.
Nice and vintage.
Good luck.
It's nice and vintage.
What? Why is he doing this, Whitney?
You know what? He's always played politics really, really well.
Too tight.
And we have to remember that he is a politician through and through. And this is what they're trained to do. This is who they are, right? Um, Also he's probably not trying to be like super duper weird black moment where you know the
We
black
were super
guy.
duper weird black for him.
No, no, I'm saying
Yeah,
like he's probably
yeah.
not trying to be like you know what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're trying to say,
No.
but now's not the time. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
it
sorry.
just it seems it's giving ick. It's giving a little bit of the ick. It's giving big ick, not little ick. It's giving big ick. The Clintons came out early. They said, "Baby, we voting for Kamala.
Oh, I think it was
We
like
are
that afternoon.
Team La is where we at." And
Have
you
you
got
seen all of the things around? First of all, y'all are a creative bunch. Have you seen some of these things that have come out?
yes, yes, I have.
Some of these statements? The AKA versus the KKK,
Yes, yes, I
the
have.
the prosecutor versus the felon.
My wife said the AKAs are going to be out in the streets like the his
I
Hebrew
said they're going to be
Israelites.
insufferable.
And I
Wait,
was like, you know what?
they
That's
are going to
not
be insufferable. And I need to say this right now, actually. Let's set a boundary.
okay. All right. We're setting
I need to
boundaries.
set a boundary because I need y'all to understand something. In Black Greek world, we
Oh
treat
boy.
each other like we're cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Treat each other like we're cousins. So it's, we all rag on each other, we all harass each other, we all call each other names, we make fun of each other. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's just what we do. So me being a Delta saying that the AKAs are going to be insufferable, that's fine because
That's all love.
there's nothing
It's
but
all
love
love.
here. It's all love here. If any of you
Oh boy.
GDIs,
Oh boy.
any of you goddamn individuals, particularly if you are not black, have something to say about the AKAs, we ride at dawn, the whole divine dawn. Nah, because like a few years back, there was like that white sorority and they were making fun of the Zetas. When I tell you,
Oh boy.
we rode at dawn. That whole chapter was disbanded. Whole
Dust.
chapter at that school was disbanded. We ride at dawn. So I just that's the boundary I'm gonna set. So I'm gonna talk bad about the AKs. I don't mean it y'all know, like I said, they like my cousins. Y'all can't talk bad about them. We will fight. You hear me? Okay. With all that being said, the AK is about to be insufferable.
Ooh, baby.
Insufferable. They were already bad when she became vice president. I'm like, geez, Louise.
Lord, y'all was out here stepping in y'all chucks and y'all pink and green and pearls,
Listen,
and I supported it. I
and
said,
pearls,
y'all go. I'm here for the
all the
energy.
pearls.
Um,
Oh my God.
Solomon, Missouri on Twitter said, and I quote, if you know an AKA, you know America with an AKA president will be fine. They're gonna start on time, drink clear liquor,
Hmm.
go to
Hmm.
homecoming, increase the literacy
Hmm.
budget, and drive a
Oh,
Mercedes.
yeah.
That's good hands. And I said, you know what?
Not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Not wrong. Yo, that first that conference after that AKA convocade is going to be ridiculous. They're
Baby.
canceling every plan. After she
Can
gets
you
elected, they're canceling
imagine
every
the
plan.
AKAs with a sitting United States president in office? You can't tell them nothing now. I've dated two of them.
Nothing.
Can't they ain't the ears on the side of their heads is for
Mm-mm.
decor only. Complete
Yeah,
decoration.
literally earrings. That's it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Once she's up in office, count them out. I just
Um, Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
the next 4 months. I
Then we're
know
gonna get
that.
all these things written about AKAs.
Oh boy.
The
And
secret occult group that President Harris is invited. I'm like,
I'm
what is wrong with you?
you just know it's coming. Just know that it's
Oh, I
coming.
know.
I have
I
seen
know.
a lot of negativity. And I have been blocking it out. I know that it's only day one. We've got 4 more months of listening to mediocre humans try and
Horrible
drag this
human.
woman for everything. But I have to say, considering how abrupt this was, Joe Biden quit on a Sunday and still ain't popped out and talked to us. And I got to bring that up.
He
I
don't
feel
need to
like when
talk
you
to me.
quit your job, there needs to be a press conference. You can't send us he broke up with us via text. You realize that, right? He
He
broke
did.
up with us via text message. We have
It's
not
not
seen
y'all, it's me.
hair, nor hide, nor heel of Joseph Robinette Biden II. But we know he quit his job. You I understand he has COVID, but
Done
what
left
does it
us.
take to set up a camera and say, I love y'all, but I gotta go?
That's it.
I We got a letter. He
That's it.
sent us a text. Whitney, where on planet Earth does that happen? Where?
I'm apparently in y'all DMs and y'all text message thread because
One last thing before I let Whitney yell at people, because I know you've got a
oh,
person or two to
we were
yell at.
just laughing. We had such a good
No,
time.
no, we're here to yell. We're here to yell. To the person who said sometimes you gotta pop out and vote niggas. I pray that you have
Absolutely.
a Merry Christmas and a
A happy new
fantastic
year.
New Year.
All of them.
Because I laughed for 17 and a half minutes straight. If I see
Absolutely.
one more poster of Kamala Harris draped around the text, sometimes you gotta pop out and vote niggas,
Yeah.
I'm going to fall out. But Whitney,
Yeah.
who would you like to yell at? Oh, deep breath.
Kamala, because I knew that you knew this was coming. Child, you didn't have to let us languish like that for the time that because I couldn't breathe for a while. I was like, so what we's gonna do? Because if he didn't nominate Kamala, riots in the street. I just know it. I
It,
just know it. I just know it. And I've been saying on the show, I said the scariest thing about Joe Biden's age is Kamala's race and gender. And
yep.
so the fact that he just this all right, so I noticed something. And maybe this is a stretch and maybe this is a reach. And you can tell me if this is a stretch and a reach.
Okay.
Joe Biden waited till the end of the RNC,
Yep.
waited till all the bad attack ads, all of the research, all of the hoopla and stuff like that was done to disparage his own name.
Yes.
And then he announced that he was leaving.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at the tea that some of y'all are dredging up that she dated Montel Williams.
Who has a what, a physics or
He's brilliant.
neuroscience degree from the Naval Academy?
Honestly, he was really, really smart. But like we knew this. We knew this. And it's so weird to say that to call her a side piece, but I'm like, but they were dating. So that's not a side piece. That's the
That's
main
not
joint.
that's not how dating
Like
works.
y'all don't this is what happens when people who don't speak AAVE get a hold of it. This is what happens. Y'all butcher it. Um, but you're also talking about like 20-year-old tea. Like there's no tea here. Like y'all are asking us like, "Oh my gosh, look at her. Look at her in this dress. Are you sure you want to vote for her?" I'm like, "I am a straight." I'm having questions about her myself.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
any
she's got my
dress.
vote, but she might also have something else. So, I'm just saying,
Allegedly. Oh, allegedly.
I'm just saying the
Whitney.
alleged.
Whitney. Allegedly just gets louder every week.
It
Oh
just whittles
God.
away.
It's just the agenda's
Oh
working. The
goodness.
agenda is
I'm
live
just
and
being
well, clearly.
honest. I'm just being honest. I'm just being
This is a
honest.
safe space, friend.
Um, okay. So I want to hold some people's hands. I'm not going to yell at this
Oh,
particular part. I'm not going to yell. I need to
okay.
hold some people's hands. I understand people's frustration, confusion, bewilderment with the shift and the change that just happened. It feels like things are out of sorts, right? This is not typical. This is not normal. But when has anything been typical and normal? Cat Williams told y'all what kind of year we were going to have.
From the
Um,
tippy top.
he told y'all what kind of year we were going to have. So, for everyone who is concerned about what is going on with APAC, everything that's going on in Gaza, everything that's going on with Palestinian people, with the Sudanese people, with the Congolese people, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I'm listening. I understand your frustration. All I want to know, and what no one has delivered to me, is what is a viable plan if we don't vote? Because a lot of y'all are saying that you're not going to vote, or a lot of y'all are saying that you're going to vote third party. And I might be grossly ignorant, but I haven't noticed very many massive wins for third party candidates as of late.
As of
So that means
ever.
even
Ever.
if y'all get a third party candidate as president, they're going to come into a Congress that is literally Democrats and Republicans. So you haven't even set them up. You can't show up and yell third party, third party, third party for president when you haven't even voted third party for the ombudsman. So
Mm,
I'm just saying. So like if you really want your third party to actually be a viable party, y'all need to show up to elections previous than this. This is a conversation for 2022, 2021. Whenever there was an election, show up for your third party candidate in those elections. You can't yell third party for president because you're not setting them up for victory or to get things done in a Congress. Like if they should win, who are they going to talk to? Who's going to work with them? Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. And it sucks.
nobody.
This sucks. This sucks. We all hate this system. But to everybody who just wants to burn it down, y'all keep saying this. And I keep hearing from people who've actually lived through countries who have gone through massive upheavals like this that we don't want to live through this. That's not something that they want to live through. They lost a lot of people that they loved. They lost their homes. They lost their jobs. They lost universities and accreditation and school. Like they lost a lot in those upheavals. It's not going to be like oh, our boss Jerry quit, so now we have Jimmy as our boss. That's not what happens with massive upheavals. There's usually violence, there's usually terrorism, there's usually assault of all kinds. And y'all keep throwing this around. Oh, we want a revolution. Y'all don't even want any inconvenience.
at
So
all.
what are we even talking about? Y'all will complain if there's a minor disruption with AT&T, okay? Y'all talk about a revolution. Y'all are not prepared for such conversations. So, like I said, I'm holding your hand because I understand and I'm listening and I'm waiting for a viable plan. Because, like I said, like I've been saying, one candidate will at least show up to the table of negotiation. The other candidate will burn the table down and enslave you or deport you. So, which is it? Give me a plan or stop complaining. Stop
Um,
complaining. If you're not going to vote, you don't get to complain. If you're not going to actually do the work, the actual work before the presidential election, then and you don't have a plan, stop complaining. Stop complaining. Because what's that going to fix? What's that actually going to do? You might as well just go out and start building your own communes wherever.
and y'all,
That's it.
let me say this. Whitney says y'all need to go out and build your own communes. I've seen how y'all live y'all day-to-day lives with all of the luxuries afforded to man. Y'all are incapable of building your own communes. You're just, you don't have it in you. It's not there. And in that same
You
vein,
don't have it in you.
they don't. I'm not going to give credit where there is none. In that same vein, I have just a few words for everyone since the debate in June who stood on their soapboxes
Ooh,
and
ooh.
yelled, Joe Biden needs to step down. He needs to
Hello.
step aside. He needs to
Hello.
get out of this race. You people for weeks championed for this man to drop out of the
Yeet.
race, to set himself aside, to bring on young, fresh blood into this party. And the moment he did that, y'all lost your entire minds.
There's no
The
reason
man did what you have been calling him to do
you asked him to
for a
do.
month.
This is what you asked him to do.
This is what you asked for. If you were not prepared to get behind the candidate that he was going to endorse, then it says to me that you have just been complaining on the interwebs with your massive primate thumbs for
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm.
This, and I need everyone to take a deep breath, cleanse your chakras, and absorb the reality that Kamala is the candidate. And once you've absorbed that, get ready to vote for her. I
Right.
don't care if you don't like her. I don't
Right.
care if you don't like her hair. I don't care if
Right.
you don't like who she's dated. I don't care if you feel like she's inexperienced.
Right.
It's her or the fascist. It's her or the felon. It's her or the
Right.
rapist.
Right.
Why is this a hard decision? This shouldn't be a difficult decision
It's
for
not
anyone, but
difficult.
especially not for the people who said Joe Biden is too old. Well, Joe
Right.
Biden has done exactly what the hell y'all asked him to do. He moved around, he stepped
Like y'all asked him
to
to.
the side.
To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left.
In the ballot, that's our stuff. She's who we're voting for. Niggas, please catch up.
Catch
This
up.
is it's happening.
Yes.
I do not want to spend the next 4 months of my life reading think pieces on why this woman is not qualified because
Every
I
day you're
saw
gonna get
y'all
one.
what y'all did with the last qualified woman, and I will stand here on this soapbox until the day I die. Hillary Clinton, whether you like her or not, was the most qualified,
Most qualified.
experienced presidential candidate of the last 100 years. I don't care how you feel about Barack Obama or either Bush or Reagan or Carter. She had a better resume than every white man and the one black man who served in that position for the last 100 years. She
More
was
than qualified.
a professional, she was educated. She was a U.S. Senator. She
Mm-hmm.
was the Secretary of
All of it.
State. She had a
All
better
of it.
resume than her husband when he was elected in the 90s. And she
Mhm.
literally won the popular vote and lost to literally the most unqualified fucking man who ever applied for the fucking job.
Say it. Say it.
Literally, you had the most. You cannot, I will challenge anybody who listens to this podcast to name a more experienced,
Please.
qualified candidate with a better resume than Hillary Clinton had in 2016. I dare you. The historians already agree with me. No one had a better track
Nobody.
record. No one had a better resume.
Nobody.
And she literally lost the election to the man who statistically and historically had the
Mhm.
worst resume.
Absolute worst. Absolute worst.
Guys, this history is not that far in the past. We cannot fuck this up a second time. We just
Don't play.
cannot afford to. I don't want to hear
Don't
about
play.
no emails, no
Nope.
dating records,
Care.
none of it.
Don't care. How about this? I don't care. I don't care. You're voting for a literal felon who likes to touch little girls. I don't care. I'm voting
I,
for the girl. I'm
I,
voting. I'm voting for VP Harris.
I'm with her. I mean, because look at the other option. I don't want to vote for the moldy orange option.
Nobody
You
wants to
guys
vote for VP
shouldn't
Harris.
want to either. I just
My.
should we get into a problematic letter?
After we take a break,
Yeah, let's do that. We'll take a
let's take
break
a
right
break.
here,
Yeah.
and then we'll come back.
Let's lighten it up.
Hey guys, we love to hear from you over at the Problematic Podcast. So if you've got a problematic story or a question you'd like to ask us, you can now text it to 609-316-6152. Again, the number is 609-316-6152. Standard messaging rates apply, and we love to hear from you. Now let's get back to the show. All righty then.
Yes.
Whitney, give me a name for a young lady.
Age?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Because it's always going to be an old name. Not that your name doesn't matter. It's always going to be an old name. Let's try. We already did Jill.
We did Jill. We did Jill last week.
Susie Ann.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Susie Ann. And Susie Ann wrote, I'm in the middle of a messy situation.
Oh my.
I've been on 2 terrible dates with a friend of a friend. He's cute, but doesn't have his life sorted out, and I told him I'm not really interested in anything too serious. He's calling and texting our mutual friend about me daily and saying that he really wants to be with me. I don't know what to say to make the message any more clear. It's ruining my friendship because now she thinks I'm stringing him along, and that's not even it. How do I make it more clear that I'm not interested in him or the little bit that he has to offer?
A little bit. My
The little
goodness.
bit, the little bit.
This is not this is not what I would call mess. This seems pretty straightforward. You tell
I,
your girlfriend, like, thank you so much for, trying to put this together for me, but I'm not interested in the man. I'm not trying to string him along. I'm not interested in him. Like, not interested. And you tell him, like, thank you, but you know, I think that we're going in two separate directions. Whatever good breakup verbiage, I'm not interested in verbiage that you deem fit. Because sometimes you can't be that nice to people. Sometimes you have to say straight up, like, I really don't like you. I think you're gross. Yuck, ew,
Ooh,
tomato, tomato, tomato.
Jesus.
Sometimes,
Sometimes you are right.
sometimes.
I got a friend. I call her twin. Her line for when she's done dealing with people is, I have outgrown this and I have outgrown you. And when she
Wow.
shared that with me, I said, oh, that is profound.
Wow.
But it seems like you've said what you needed to say.
Yeah, I don't understand the problem.
I, I'm with Whitney. Hurt his feelings.
Hurt his feelings.
Call him Dusty. Say,
Say no,
you
thank you.
broke. You're not cute. You
Like,
look dusty.
if after you outgrow somebody, like, you just outgrow them.
Yeah, and you've been on
That's our
two
problem.
bad dates, baby.
It's that's one more than
I
I
think
would have
what
needed.
one of the most interesting dynamics that you can find yourself in dating is when you're dating someone and they think it's going very, very well,
Oh no,
and it's not,
not going well.
because how out of touch
Mm-mm.
with the room that we are
Mm-mm.
in, that we are reading, do you have to be to not see that I am not having a good
I'm
time?
not having a good time with you.
I see that what the dynamic that is coming here, he's probably telling his friend that things are going great between you two, and things are not. And this is where I know Whitney and I have disagreed on this in the past. Whitney does not believe in ghosting people. She finds it to
Absolutely not.
be immature
I do.
and inconsiderate.
I do.
And I respect Whitney's opinions.
You're very kind.
And I respectfully disagree
Disagree.
because this is one of them times where, you know what, you've said what you got to say, block him. He will get the picture. Tell your friend, I'm sure you've told your friend before, you don't like him, but there is something that you are probably doing, whether it's responding to his text every other day, still following him on social media, still liking his posts, or he's still able to see and like your post, that is leading him to believe that even though he doesn't have a chance right now, he has a chance in the future. And the best way to deal with that, in my experience, is a full on ghastly, ghostly, ghoulish
Don't do this.
disappearance. Do it.
Do not do
Do
this.
it and get back to us and let us know
Please
which
don't
was
do
more.
this.
No,
No, girl.
Whitney. Sometimes you
Mm-mm.
got no. There's
No.
never a circumstance where you feel like ghosting is appropriate.
N- no.
Oh my God, you are
No.
such a Christian. It
I'm
is
not.
so
I'm not
exhausting.
because I hate ambiguity. I
Well,
hate
what's
ambiguity.
more?
And ghosting feels ambiguous. Like it feels like because then it's still it's unfinished, it's undone, and I haven't told you what it is or why. Not that everyone's owed that, but I'm saying like for me, I would rather just get make everything crystal clear. Hey, you know what? I'm just not into you.
I'm
And that's
just not
okay.
that into you.
Thank you so much for your time. The oysters were wonderful. The conversations were not. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Well, since I'm the problematic one here, let's go
You're
with
not the
Whitney's
problematic
advice
one.
and be mean. Choose meanness over ghosting.
You don't have to be mean. You just have to be
Uh,
direct because some people
hmm.
can't even handle the kindness that you give them. So
This
be
is,
direct.
ooh, baby, that is a god. Ooh, you were right.
They
Yeah,
can't handle it.
I I say ghost. I still say ghost. I still say block him on
Get on my
everything. He'll
nerves.
get the, yeah, that's all I got. I'm too tired and worn out by what is happening outside to give better advice. If he's not getting the picture, if he's still holding on to hope that, he's still got a chance and is still interfering with your friendship, you gotta ghost him. You gotta disappear. That's my recommendation. But, I say go with Whitney's thing first, be mean, call him a name, and see if that works. And yeah, go from there. Write us back. Let us know what you
Please
chosen.
let us know.
Yeah, because y'all, I'm tired of y'all not letting us know and filling us in.
Please, because I'll be missing y'all. I'll be like, hey, how's it going? When? Where have you been?
Why is it like this?
Why?
Is there anyone else you want to yell at before we get out of here and prepare for the next world-ending event?
Don't say that.
No.
I'm hoping it's a good news cycle from here on out.
Oh.
No one necessarily to yell at, but I want people to be careful with how you express your emotions on the internet.
Mm.
I had a very unpleasant encounter in my DMs that Marita has already been privy to, as well
Oh.
as a bunch of other ladies in the group chat. You, so just for some clarity, some background, I'm gonna tell a little story. Um, I put my Instagram comments on, I limited them to followers. I didn't do this recently. This has been going on for over a year after I had a lynching threat and I had a bunch of really vile racists in my comment section. I had to protect me and I had to protect the community that I was building. So I chose to limit those comments. And again, like I said, that was over a year ago. So recently, a young lady uh, was very upset with me and my decision to cutesy wootsy, so in my own way, endorse uh, current Vice President, future President Harris. Um, And she decided to pick a bunch of fights with a bunch of people in the comment section as she was unfollowing me. Well, she learned very quickly that my comments were limited because as
Yeah.
soon as you unfollow, you don't have the right to comment. So people were lighting her ass up in the comment section and she couldn't defend herself. And so what did she do? Instead of taking personal responsibility and saying, "Hey, oh, the comments are limited." Hmm, okay, well, let me refollow and finish my conversation like I wanted to. No, she blamed it on me. Well, how dare you let me you limit your comments? Your entire page is a scam.
Now, why am I a scam? Well, how I get it?
Exactly. Now, this is the same account that, and I don't toot my own horn ever. So this is me tooting my own horn. I know my friends are going to be very excited. Don't
I'm
get close.
so, I leaned in. I'm so excited. Go.
I put out at least 10 to 20 pieces of content every single week. Every single week. I am staying abreast of the stories, the big stories, the big headlines. I try to find, you know, nuanced ways to address those types of things. Um, Videos, tweets, posts, articles, posts on Instagram, week after week after week after week. And I think two times do I personally ask for money on my birthday and on Juneteenth, only because, oh, let's not forget a whole other podcast. Let's not forget like all the other work that I do. Um, and again, this is the first time y'all will ever hear me talk like this. This will probably be the last time you hear me talk like this. So I put out a lot. I give a lot. I raise a lot of money for a lot of organizations and for personal mutual funds. So to come on my page where I do nothing but give and to say that my page is a scam. When I saw that message, I literally put the phone down and just started cursing into the air. Because I'm like, I I think she had been following for several years. And so to allegedly be a follower of several years and then to get to this point where one post sets you off so badly. I didn't talk about your mama. I didn't didn't disparage anybody. I said that I was excited to do this thing because as a Black woman, this means a lot to me. As a person who is raising a Black girl, this means a lot to me. This moment just means a lot to me. So after I finished cursing, I came back down and I explained why I limited the comments. She went on another tangent, another very, very, very long rant that I barely read. I'm just gonna be really honest. So when she said she was unfollowing and she wasn't gonna follow back, I said, okay, farewell. And I want to acknowledge my growth. I want to acknowledge my growth because I did not curse her out in that
You
moment. I
didn't.
cursed into the air,
You
but I did
didn't,
not
friend.
curse her out in that moment. I did not give her an opportunity for screenshots. I did not give her opportunity to villainize me or whatever. I wished her well.
You did. You said
Then
farewell.
and then I blocked her.
Protect your peace, queen. I'm proud
So
of you.
thank you. Thank you,
I'm
friend.
so very proud of you.
Thank you, friend. And I want everyone to just kind of take note to protect your peace in these very fraught times. People are about to be, people already have been really vitriolic, violently so in the last, what,
29
29,
hours.
29 hours?
Yes.
Protect your peace, guard your peace, use the block button at will, fire at will. Protect yourself, protect your community, like especially for those who are, not Black women. This is the opportunity to step up and forget being an ally, be an accomplice, say that this issue is my issue. I'm involved in this issue, and this issue is I don't want you as a person to experience racism or misogyny. Like, if we're going to have a conversation about these candidates, let's be fair. Let's be fair and talk about record, not about looks, not about gender, not about race. Let's be fair. And a lot of the criticism I'm seeing right now is not fair and it's not accurate. Like, a lot of people want to talk about Kamala Harris's record. And so I said, hey, do you have a source to point me to? Nobody has a source. They end up pointing me to another Instagram post or another
Mhm.
TikTok post. I'm looking for a source. I don't call myself a journalist. I have journalistic tendencies, but I you can't point me, I can't use a social media post as a source. So if you don't consider the source, if you don't know the source, you can't say that somebody is something when you don't have a source to back that up. Like another one of the comments that I experienced was that people were saying that Kamala Harris was bad for women. And I said, hold on, she was the only president to talk about the black, I mean, president, talking into speaking into
I
existence.
love it.
Only person in this position to care about the maternal health crisis. She's the only person who really cared about the child tax credit. She's done things for parental relief and things like that. I'm like, I don't think it's fair to say that she's bad for women when she's done a lot with reproductive rights. I don't think that's fair to say that she's bad for women when she's done all of these things that prove that she's actually great for women. Well, I think that, you're just being biased because you like her. Well, I like her because I did the research on her, which is more than I could say for a lot of y'all. Y'all are
Ooh,
just copy and pasting what your kid, some of y'all are taking your anti and making it your personality. And I need y'all to get a grip on that because it does not show that you're intelligent. All it shows is that you're just anti for anti's sake. If you're going to have a stance, please have information to back it up. That's all
that's
I'm
all
asking.
we ask.
I love a receipt. I love a receipt. Ooh, have a receipt for me. But if you don't have a receipt, don't make the comment. Don't make the comment. And stay out of my comments. Someone asked me, why is this page so pro Kamala? And I said, this is not a page. This is a person. These are my personal views. Are you new here?
How'd you get here? Who
How'd you
let you
get
in?
here?
Why did you stumble over here? Of all the places on the internet that you could have knocked on the front door, here the fuck you are in my yard.
In my
Why?
yard. Why?
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 Why is
Why are
this
you
page
here?
so pro Kamala? How the fuck did you
Page.
even get here?
Page. It says Whitney Elise. I'll delete this whole bitch. Don't play with me.
I'm
I
well
won't do that.
said. I've got no notes.
Thank you.
Like Whitney said, we should expect we should expect the next 4 months to be filled with a lot of foolishness and a lot of negativity. And most of it's going to come from the internet because that's the only place where people can talk crazy and not get punched immediately in the face.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want people with good sense to protect their own mental health, protect your peace. I have a very sneaky suspicion that my block button is about to be
Litty.
put to work. And again, we're 29 hours into this thing. Um, but yeah, protect your peace. Try to, as Whitney said, vet your sources. There's going to be a lot of fake news. We already know that we have people in other countries that are intentionally manipulating news articles in order to confuse
Already.
and sway political opinions. That should tell you right there that you need to
Mm-hmm.
be a lot more conscious on what you consume and what you call news.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Please do.
and just don't engage with people who you know um probably struggled in ninth grade English. That's that
Where you go?
that's my best advice. I want to thank everybody who reached out to us and said we should do a special episode on yesterday because God knows I'm still trying to figure out what is going on in life. Between everything that's
Help us
happened in the
out.
last 7 days, I feel like the last 7 days gave us enough um unprecedented news for an entire year. But thank you for the listeners. Thank you for following up and staying in touch with us. And I hope that everybody has a good week. And I hope we can make it to Sunday without something
God help us.
else weird help happening. But I just don't know anymore. I hope that everybody has a great and fantastic week. Protect your peace. Don't let anybody play in your face. And
Be careful,
yeah.
y'all.
Yeah, be careful. And
Yeah.
vote. God damn it.
Yeah. Talk to your
Vote.
people, talk to your communities, raise some money, and read something.
There you go. Sounds good. Y'all have a great week.
Bye.